Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Clintonville Slasher. Happy October 1st. So, I thought I would do, since it's spooky season, I thought I'd do something really fun here, and I would do my Halloween franchise ranking. So, starting with and I'll do a small review of every film, but I'm going to start with 1978's classic film starring Jamie Lee Curtis's very first movie and Donald Pleasence. A little run of the film is that you've got Michael Myers when he's a 6-year-old kid, and he decides to go on a killing spree and takes out his older sister. After that, on his 21st birthday, he escapes from the mental institution when his Dr. Samuel Loomis kind of gives up on him and realizes there's nothing he can do for him. So he takes off and he goes on a murderous rampage. Now, I love the film. It is a little slow burn. It does not a super huge kill count, but it is a fun movie to watch. It kicks off one of the greatest franchises ever made. Moving on to Halloween number 2, which is my favorite. It's a little bit more fast-paced. It kind of kicks off Jamie Lee Curtis in a second movie. And I really like this film because it has such a really good impact on the rest of the franchise and really sets up every other movie afterwards. So you find out that Laurie Strode and Michael Myers are actually brother and sister, which is a huge piece of the story. The kill scenes are better, the death count is higher, and it takes place on the same night. It's just got a different feel to it. It was made in 1982, and that's actually my favorite. Moving on to Halloween number 3, which is just a diamond in the rough movie. You got Tom Atkins. It's just a weird take that it's this weird movie that's in the middle of the franchise that makes no sense, that it's such a good film. Now, it is nothing to do with Michael Myers at all, but it is still, like, Season of the Witch is one of those movies, it's so good, and it just makes no sense there. And the reason they were doing that is because they wanted to keep the Halloween franchise going, and they just wanted to change the story more or less like a Tales from the Crypt sort of thing. I really love it. Now, moving on to 4, 5, and 6, Jamie Lee Curtis is out of these films, but it does introduce Jamie Lloyd, and they kind of spin it off to where Jamie Lee Curtis's character dies in a car accident. Jamie Lloyd is her daughter, and Michael Myers goes after his niece. Now, I really like these movies. 4, 5, and 6 are really good. I even like 4 is really good. You got Donald Pleasence throughout the entire thing. I like part 6, the Curse of Michael Myers, the whole cult that's trying to take care of him. I really like that movie. I really like the Paul Rudd's movie that's in this, and I like Paul Rudd's character. He plays Tommy Doyle, but I mean, I really did like this movie, and a lot of people, I hear a lot of hate for that film, and I think it's really awesome. I think it's one of those movies that is super B-rated, but I'm not a horror snob, but I honestly do love this movie, even though it's kind of a piece of crap. And it's so terrible, it's awesome. Moving on to H2O afterwards, they bring back Jamie Lee Curtis's character, Laurie Strode, but they more or less forget that Jamie Lloyd existed, and they kind of just go off the fact that Jamie Lee Curtis faked her own death so that she can move on. And it doesn't take place in Haddonfield, but Jamie Lee Curtis is the head of this pristine college that her son goes to, and she's the head mistress, and it's a private school, and Michael Myers finds her, goes after her, and goes on this murderous rampage. Very 90s, very fun, probably the best ending to any Halloween movie franchise ever. A solid ending, solid kill count, acting in it is perfect. I love this movie. H2O is awesome. And then you got Halloween Resurrection, where they just throw everything out, and they had such a perfect ending. And they get to Resurrection, which is so bad, except for the very beginning of it, when you got Jamie Lee Curtis and Michael Myers taking out Jamie Lee Curtis. Sorry, spoilers if you haven't seen it. But other than that, the movie is complete crap. Busta Rhymes, ninja kicks. Michael Myers is terrible. Then you've got Halloween, Rob Zombie's versions of Halloween 1 and 2, the remake that came out in 2007. I really did like Rob Zombie's Halloween remake. I thought it was a really cool movie. I thought it was a really cool spin to it. However, I don't know if I like a lot of backstory to Michael Myers' life, but it works for this film. Now, moving on to Halloween 2, his sequel that he did was absolutely weird and terrible. Not a very good movie. He killed it with the first one, and the second one, the whole white horse thing, I never understood that. Now, you've got Halloween 2018. I really liked this movie. I thought 2018 was a really fun film. I thought it was different. They forgot about, basically they just forgot about the rest of the movies and went on to just remembering the first one. Jamie Lee Curtis is Laurie Strode is living in the woods, shooting mannequins with AR-15s and machine guns, and using them as target practice. She's like a crazy cat lady living in the woods. She's booby-trapped her whole house, just completely worried that Michael Myers is going to escape after murdering her friends 40 years earlier. He does end up escaping, and it turns into a sequel called Halloween Kills, which I really, 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 really love, except for the whole mob scene and the evil dies tonight. That's a solid film. The kill scenes, mwah, chef's kiss on that. I love this one. Now you're getting into Halloween Ends. Now, I've got a little over 4 minutes left, and I'm going to tell you why I think Halloween Ends is literally the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. First of all, you have Jamie Lee Curtis living in the woods, and she's so worried that Michael Myers is going to escape. When he finally does escape, and she's so scared that booby traps her whole house, she's so paranoid, and when he does escape and takes out her whole family, she just moves back into town like it's no big deal. Then you've got Corey Cunningham, which was a terrible character. I really thought he was boring. Then first of all, like, why are you getting beat up by band geeks? You're out of high school. And the second part of that is being like, Michael Myers would never have a friend. Like, that makes no sense. He's living in the sewer. Like, why? The whole movie felt very, very, very cheap. It felt like they didn't really care about the franchise, and they were like, screw it. There you go. So, in my personal opinion, the Halloween franchise ranking, what I would go with my favorite to my worst, my least favorite, I would go with 2, 1, H2O, Kills, 3, 4, 5, and 6, Rob Zombie's Halloween, Resurrection 2, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, and then at the very least, 2018 would be in the high fives, I think. I think I'd rank 2018 pretty higher than I would rank everything else. But basically, like, I wouldn't, I would put Halloween Ends at the very last. So I hope you guys enjoy my little spiel here. I hope you guys all have a great spooky season, a great Sunday. Happy spooky seasons. 31 days until my horror film, The Night Howler, drops on my second channel, The Dead of Night. Also, Josh Benson's horror film, his short film, Crimson Nightfall, drops the same day. So I hope you guys all have a great day. I'm going to be doing this for all of October. I'm going to specifically target movies that take place during Halloween. So I hope you guys all enjoy your weekend. Stay horror. Be excellent to each other. Watch Halloween, and happy spooky season. Later day.